In this video, I'll show you how to remove the upper radiator support beam on a 4th generation Kia Sportage. The upper radiator support beam is a structural cross-member located above the radiator and cooling fan assembly. It supports both headlight assemblies, the hood latch, and several electrical components mounted across the front of the engine bay. Removing this beam is necessary for several repairs, including replacing the cooling fan assembly, radiator, or accessing other components at the front of the engine. Before you begin, make sure the engine is turned off and the parking brake is engaged. The first thing you will have to remove is the front bumper. Start by opening the hood. Along the upper edge of the bumper, you will see 4 plastic retaining clips and 2 10mm bolts securing the top of the bumper. Remove the clips using a clip removal tool or a fathead screwdriver. Then remove the bolts using a 10mm socket and ratchet. Next, move to one of the front wheel wells. Turn the steering wheel fully toward the opposite side to create more working space. Inside the wheel well, remove the 4 plastic clips securing the fender liner to the bumper. Followed by the single Phillips head screw securing the bumper to the fender. Repeat the same procedure on the opposite side. Now move under the front bumper and remove the 4 10mm bolts securing the lower edge of the bumper to the splash shield. Before we proceed, disconnect the negative terminal of the battery as a safety precaution, since we will also be disconnecting the crash sensors. Now we are ready to pull the bumper. Starting at one end, gently pull the edge of the bumper outward. The retaining tabs between the bumper and the fender are quite fragile, so instead of pulling forcefully, use a pick tool or a small fathead screwdriver to carefully release each tab one at a time while applying light outward pressure. There are 4 retaining tabs on each side. Once the side tabs are released, gently lift the bumper to disengage the clips underneath the headlight. Repeat the same procedure on the opposite side. Carefully pull the bumper forward, but do not remove it completely yet. If your vehicle is equipped with fog lights or parking sensors, disconnect the electrical connectors before lifting the bumper away from the vehicle. Place the bumper on a soft surface to prevent scratches. Now we can begin removing the components attached to the upper radiator support beam. Since both headlights are mounted directly on top of the support beam, they must be removed first. At the back of each headlight, disconnect the main electrical connector by pressing the locking tab and pulling the connector straight out. Each headlight is secured with 3 mounting bolts. There are two 10mm bolts at the front and one 12mm bolt toward the rear. Remove all 3 bolts. Then lift the front of the headlight slightly while pulling it forward to release it from the mounting bracket. Repeat the same steps for the headlight on the opposite side. Next, remove the air intake duct resting on the radiator support beam. Remove the 2 plastic retaining clips. Then pull the duct away from the air filter housing and lift it out. On the back side of the radiator support, you will find the hood latch assembly mounted in the middle. The hood latch has a release cable connected on one side and an electrical connector on the other side. Carefully disconnect the hood release cable from the latch. Then unplug the wiring harness connector. Press the release tab on the side and pull it straight out. The wiring harness for the latch is also clipped into the radiator support beam. Use a pair of needle nose pliers to carefully release the retaining clip, then pull the wiring harness free from the support beam. Also unclip the cooling fan wiring harness from the radiator support beam. Now locate the front crash sensors mounted on both ends of the support beam. Before removing these sensors, for safety reasons, make sure the battery has been disconnected for at least 10 minutes. Each sensor connector has a blue secondary locking tab. Slide the tab inward until it is fully seated. Then press the release tab and pull the connector straight out. Repeat the same procedure on the opposite side. Also unclip the crash sensor wiring harnesses from the support beam. Before removing the support beam, take a moment to inspect it carefully and make sure every wiring harness, electrical connector, and cable attached to it has been disconnected and unclipped. The upper radiator support beam is secured with 4 12mm mounting bolts. Remove all 4 bolts using a 12mm socket and ratchet. These bolts are installed with thread locker applied from the factory, so expect them to be fairly tight the first time they are removed. Once all 4 bolts are out, support the beam with both hands and carefully lift it straight upward. With the upper radiator support beam removed, you will now have clear access to the radiator and cooling fan assembly. If you are reinstalling the original support beam, position it back into place and align all 4 mounting holes. It's a good idea to apply a small amount of medium-strength thread locker to the mounting bolts before reinstallation. If thread locker isn't available, a small dab of nail polish can also help prevent the bolts from loosening over time. Install all 4 bolts by hand first to avoid cross-threading. Then tighten them evenly using a 12mm socket. Finally, use a torque wrench to tighten all 4 bolts to 16.7 to 24.5 Nm or 12.3 to 18.1 pound-feet. Make sure the radiator support beam is secure and does not move. Next, reconnect the crash sensor connectors, hood latch connector and cable, and reattach all wiring harness clips to the support beam. Reinstall both headlight assemblies. Tighten the mounting bolts. And reconnect the electrical connectors. Reinstall the air intake duct and secure it with its retaining clips. Finally, reinstall the front bumper. Reconnect any electrical connectors. and reinstall all the clips, screws and bolts removed earlier. Once everything is back, close the hood and verify that the headlights, hood latch and all front electrical components are working properly. Hope this video is helpful. Consider subscribing to VSGen for more DIY automotive videos. Thanks for watching.